Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a review of a recording I haven't heard for a very, very long time. It's Sviatoslav Richter playing Dvořák's Piano Concerto, which I originally had. It was issued on Praga for a while. It's still out on Praga, I think. But a long time ago, there were copies of it circulating around. I don't even remember on what label it was on, Multisonic or, I don't know, Plutocratic, whatever it was called. But it's also now available here on Alto, quite inexpensively, coupled with the Piano Quintet Opus 81 with the Borodin Quartet. These are theoretically live recordings, but Richter, of course, did this before. There's the famous performance that was done for EMI with Carlos Kleiber and the Bavarian Orchestra, and it has always been an iffy proposition because while it's quite good, and it was the only show in town for the longest time, especially if you wanted to hear the work in its original version, the original keyboard version, which is the way it should be played, frankly. You had to listen to this one. And the rumor was that nobody was quite satisfied with it, that Kleiber was off his game and that Richter was unhappy, which doesn't really mean anything because he's always unhappy. He was chronically unhappy and hated everything he did, so that doesn't mean a thing. But, the sonics were a little murky. It just wasn't top notch. It was important. And it was, a reference because what choice did we have in the Dvořák Piano Concerto? And I still haul it out now and again, and I like it. It's not bad. It's just, you want transcendent. It didn't transcend. What can I tell you? It didn't. So one of my viewers or readers or whatever we call you people who watch videos, wrote to me and said, there's another Richter Dvořák Piano Concerto that I hear is better, that has more of a Slavic schwung or swing, and I want to know what you think about it. And I felt so guilty because I hadn't heard that thing in a billion years. I really hadn't. I have it sitting around. It was in the overflow room. But this is the one on Alto, which I got more recently. I had it because I wanted to compare, the different performances. I mean, the sonics and the transfers and all that nonsense, because you never know, it's live. This was recorded live with the Prague Symphony Orchestra under Václav Smetáček in the Smetana Hall in 1966. And you never know what you're going to get. And I just didn't remember. So I just listened to it. Just now, I just listened to it, fresh in my ears. Yeah, the ballads favors the piano a little bit. That's okay. But it sounds really very good. It really does. It's very, very listenable. Surprisingly listenable. I mean, there's nothing terrible about it. You can enjoy it perfectly well for what it is. I was really, really relieved and very, very happy. I mean, it doesn't say here whether it's stereo or mono, and I couldn't really tell because I don't really pay attention to those things anymore. I when I listen to music, if it sounds bad, whether it's stereo or mono, it just sounds bad to me. If it sounds good, it sounds good to me. And I don't make a fetish about the audiophile aspect. So many of you, you ask me what equipment do I listen on, and the answer is always the same. I'm not talking. I listen to whatever I want to listen on. And as long as I can hear the music and hear it the way I think I should hear it, it's okay. So that's the case here, and it sounds just marvelous. Now, the real question is it a better performance? Yeah, it really is. There's no question it has more vigor, more life. It's a little less stodgy. Richter seems more relaxed and in better form. It's a wonderful performance. Here it is again, of the Dvořák Piano Concerto. And it's on Alto. So if you want to hear Richter do the Dvořák Piano Concerto, this is the one to get. Or there's the Praga one, which is still around, but I think it's quite expensive. They remaster it and say it's an SACD and all this stuff, and it's all, it's nothing of the kind. You can find this, if you find this here on Alto, you're in very, very good shape. However, we do need to talk also about the Piano Quintet No. 2 in A major, Opus 81, with the Borodin Quartet, which was recorded in Moscow in 1983. Now, I don't know what it is about recordings in Moscow. They have to sound so bad. This sounds bad. This is my idea of bad. It sounds like someone in the audience had a microphone, up their sleeve, and they recorded it. The Borodin Quartet sounds unbelievably seedy and rhythmically totally lacking in that springy, sort of incisiveness that Czech music particularly always demands. And so does Russian music half the time. So I don't know what these people were thinking. It's just a sleepy, uninteresting performance. But I don't really think it matters, because at the price to get a really terrific Richter Dvořák Piano Concerto, which occupies 38 minutes and 11 seconds of this CD, is a good thing. And so I'm just telling you, as a public service, if you want to get Richter or the Dvořák Piano Concerto, and there are now a pile of really good performances of the Dvořák Piano Concerto, but if you want Richter, this is the one to get with Smetáček. I mean, something about being in Czechoslovakia just helped. Go over the mountain and you're in Munich, and what a difference. Go figure. I can't explain it. Maybe you can. But keep on listening, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.